Testes, testes. We are live. All right, cool. Sounds good. All right, bro. Whenever you're ready.
Check. Okay.
You sound good. Make sure. Here, give me another check.
Check.
Everything sound good in your ears there? Too loud? Too low?
No, I think you're good. You might be a little too loud in my ears.
A little too loud? Let me turn. I do have your headphones were turned up because last week you requested it, but I adjusted some more shit, so I didn't know if I fucked it up.
It's pretty loud right now.
How about that? Is that a little better?
That's a little better.
A little better in your ears.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. What's up, Juggercrow, Lil Ninja, AU Stalker, Violent J, the country singer? We see y'all. We about to go live. You ready to do the damn thing?
Yep.
All right, here we fucking go.
Is it the end of the world? Yes, it is the end of the world. And it's also the beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
We'll never die alone. Yeah. What is up? We're back. How you doing?
We're back.
We're here. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, and this is my main man.
Carvey Law, y'all.
Yes, sir. And we are back. Live here in your face. This is the first time back without anyone else on the show in like 3 or 4 episodes now. It's been a minute.
About time.
Yeah, so I mean we love our guests, but man, like sometimes you just gotta fucking do what you know how to do.
Yeah, you know, it can be rough with guests sometimes, but you know we love them.
We do. We love all of our guests.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see what's up. So last week we discussed the Pug Ugly episode, or it was the Pug Ugly episode. We discussed the album Pug Ugly. I've been listening to the shit out of Pug Ugly, dude.
Haven't been listening to it much, but last week I was a little off, so I would like to go back and listen to it.
I'll give you my CD today. So, Carver's dumbass didn't pick one up at the gathering.
Didn't pick one up.
But
no.
I'll let you borrow mine because I
picked up a lot of shit, but for some reason I didn't pick that up.
Well, it's dope. I mean, I've settled on 80s rock ballad being like one of my favorite ICP songs,
Of all time.
Yeah, I love it. Really love
crazy,
it.
Man.
Really,
I mean,
really
it's
love
cool.
It. So good, dude. And then after last, we didn't even bring it up last week. I don't know if we knew yet, but 5 of the songs were Mikey Clark songs. We found that out.
Yeah, I didn't know last week.
The first 5 songs, which were Pug Ugly, Abracadabra, I'm Ugly, Scrub Gang, and whatever the Afraid of Life or whatever the fuck it's called.
I think we had suspicions that Mikey Clark produced it, but I don't know if we mentioned it.
There's some real funky shit happening in a couple of those beats that scream Mikey Clark. Now that I know, especially, I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. Yeah. Man, the album's good. Whew.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just more. It's just more proof, more speculation that Mikey Clark is doing the 6th.
Yeah, I hope so. And you speculated that maybe that's why they didn't put him on the liner notes. They're kind of like keeping it under wraps, like that,
close to the chest at this point.
But man, I said like, dude, if you had told me like produced by Mikey, if there was a sticker on here that said produced by Mikey Clark, I would have like jizzed in my pants prior to even buying this shit.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity in marketing.
Wow.
Like I would have bought it right then and there.
No shit, man.
I skipped it just because I was like, it's just a seed.
I could see them maybe not doing that because like maybe it'll make Shaggy the Airhead and Devereaux sad.
Yeah, maybe it's like don't blow up one producer and not the others. But I mean, they literally got tagged beats on the fucking Last Joker's card. They're good. They're fine.
Yeah,
I believe.
I agree with that, but missed opportunity in marketing. I'm very, very happy that Mikey Clark's working with them. I mean, this sounds like what I want ICP to sound like in 2022. Yeah. This album it's pure gold, man. Pure fucking gold.
Well, that's good, man. I'm hoping the Joker's card is like mind blowing if he produces it.
God, what if they just do this and then still don't have him work on the 6th? What the
What
fuck?
what the fuck?
I mean, the fact that they're still working with Mikey or Mike P also tells me that I would expect to see at least both of these guys on the 6th. I would be shocked if there wasn't a Shaggy the Airhead at this point, like beat on there too, and Akuma. I have a feeling they're still gonna do the mix and match shit.
I don't. Yeah, probably, but
I don't prefer. We
if
don't
they're-
prefer it.
If they're getting Mikey Clark, they need an entire album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mikey Clark and the Boys,
Mm-hmm.
just completely produced by him in the studio. You know, no other hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah. Dude,
That's those are my favorite albums. You know, when they're working together like that, those to me are the albums that come out the best.
yeah, man, I agree. When I was watching that, DC Fago guy recommended watching that podcast interview with Mikey Clark from last year. I can't remember the guys. I'll be honest, I didn't really like the guy doing the podcast. I thought he was kind of a dork, but I mean, I'm a dork too, but in a different way.
Yeah, we're dorks.
But this guy, he's a little bit of a dork. But Mikey Clark was dropping bombs on there, man. This is a year ago, you know, so keep that in mind. But he's just giving a lot of insight and information on how they recorded Malenko and like he'll tell you the mixers he used and everything. It's fucking crazy. But he also did mention in that video, I'm almost confident he mentioned doing another murder mix.
Yeah.
He mentioned doing another Mikey Clark's murder mix.
I mean, yeah, I would gladly take that.
Yeah.
But man, I wish those were vinyls. Bring those out.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking press those up in vinyls.
That'd be dope. I would cop those
you
instantly.
know? Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Well, he did give props, and I'll segue into this. He said he was mentioning a few ICP songs. They talked about the All Summer Long situation and Kid Rock and shit like that. He did confirm that he made that beat for ICP for a Gathering release for like whatever year that was coming out. And he said he was playing in the studio, and he's like, I'm sorry, I messed up my segue, but I just remembered this. He mentioned that he's like, yeah, Bob, Kid Rock. He's like, Bob doesn't really like respond much. He's like, but I don't know, something in me. I was like, why don't you listen to this, Bob? Like, he played him the All Summer Long shit, and he said he was like, nah, whatever. But then he said later on the day, he's like, I knew he'd respond like that, but I just showed it to him anyways. Then he said later on the day, he's like, I can't get that out of my head. Play that for me again. And he did, and he fucking stole it from the clowns, you son of a fucking bitch.
Bob.
God, Bob bitchy.
Fuck you, Bob.
I don't like the producer's tag. Yeah, none of us do.
Yo, Keezy and Carver, you hear my new album?
Oh,
I have it.
You know what? I did. I was listening to it.
Did you?
So Lil Ninja, this Lil Ninja talking.
Yeah.
He put out another album of beats. It's on SoundCloud. I actually downloaded the SoundCloud app just to listen to it.
Okay.
That's how much I'm supporting my little homie Lil Ninja. But
Fuck yeah.
I listened to a few of the beats. They're pretty dope, man. They're cool.
Yeah,
But-
I got to listen to him. I haven't yet.
He does have like an intro where he's talking. It's pretty spooky and like he's telling like he's putting some lore down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his beats have lore, believe it or not.
Wow, little ninja lore.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
You know, I'll have to get more into that, but it was dope. Check out Lil
Yeah.
Ninja on SoundCloud. Mikey Clark was saying he for some reason they brought up like something. He's like, yeah, I mean, some of the shit I did, like, I mean, one of the songs I really liked. Which one was it off of Death Pop? It had the whistle. He's talking about Forever, obviously. He's like, I really like that. You know, like. I don't know what he was talking about. He's just like started mentioning like random songs like he really dug, like, which is cool.
Well, I remember when Bang Pa Boom came out, and there was either some sort of written interview or something I read where it was either Mikey Clark talking or Violent J talking about working with Mikey Clark. I can't remember which one, but they'd mentioned Mikey Clark brought back, like when they got back together in the studio, the reason why it was so important since the last time they worked with him on Tempest, the reason why this Bang Pa Boom is so important because they did it. They're doing it back like old school shit again.
Okay.
Mikey Clark was even using old school equipment from when they did the original Joker's cards. He dusted off that equipment, busted it back out.
Okay.
Busted it back out. The records and the samples they were using, and that's why. And I think Death Pop is the same way. That's why Bang Pa Boom and Death Pop are so, you know, they're in that vein
like-
of those Joker's cards.
It's not just ICB rapping on the beats, like it's
Yeah.
enmeshed.
Yes,
You
I mean,
know?
like, you know, so if they do that, you know, if they kind of rekindle that again, you know, bring that shit out, you know, get back in the studio, I mean, we're going to get another.
I feel like they were doing that on this. I don't
Yeah.
know if they were, but I truly, when listening to this, I was feeling like this is like deeper than just them like rapping on these beats.
Yeah.
It really feels like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be confirmation bias or whatever, but it really like I got that vibe. I hope so, man. I really do.
Yeah.
But that said, speaking of Death Pop, it's the fucking 10th anniversary of the mighty Death Pop.
Yeah, the 14th, back in 2012.
Congratulations.
Three hand clap
Wow.
for Death Pop.
I do that with my dick. But yeah.
No, but yeah, Death Pop, man. That's a great album.
Yeah.
One of my favorite packaged albums in the second deck as well.
Very dope packaging.
Love it, man.
God, I need to get me a copy like that.
Yeah.
Gage Von Wild said in the Discord that the record store near him can get copies like that for $10.
What?
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have put that out there. Don't be hitting up Gage Von Wild for no $10 Death Pops. But man, like I was like, fuck, dude. I would go there to get I would get all 3 copies
Yeah,
for $10 a piece.
absolutely. What's up, Gage? What is
Speaking
up?
of the devil,
Yeah, as soon as you speak his name, he pops up in the
it's
chat.
incredible.
Yeah, didn't talk much about it last week. Man, it was real fun hanging out with Gage.
Oh, yeah.
It was an honor.
It was
It was an honor hanging out with
salt
Gage.
of the earth.
Yes. I mean, cool guy, man.
Yeah, he made a cool Instagram post shouting us out and said thanks
Yeah.
for letting us hang and shit. So I mean, he was real cool. I mean, instant homie. You know?
Oh yeah, man. Like instant homie. Felt like I knew him forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like immediately trust.
Yeah.
Like you can come to my house.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
absolutely,
like
man.
cool dude, man.
I know. I wish he lived here.
Yeah, live closer. He'd be a regular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Fucking Death Pop 10th anniversary. I mean, you can't really get much better. I mean, we probably should have waited to, review it.
But you know what? I thought this was interesting. So that was the last time Mike worked with them, right? So it's been another fucking decade.
yeah, man.
So what was the last album he actually was? I mean, I know he produced The Tempest, but we've confirmed he wasn't in the studio for The Tempest.
Yeah,
So
The
the last album he was probably in studio with them was what? Bizarre?
Before the Tempest, yeah.
Because it wasn't Shangri-La or Hell's Pit.
Yeah, Bizarre was 2001.
Bizarre was 2000. So that
2000.
So between that and Bang Pow Boom, which was 2009,
Which
right?
was pretty much a decade.
Almost a decade, and
Yeah.
now he's back a decade
Yeah,
later.
they take decade-long breaks, man.
What the
So-
fuck, dude?
Yeah, dude, it's
And
crazy.
you know what's crazy is he took 2 decade-long breaks, and he still spent a full decade making the best music they ever made.
Yeah.
He spent the first decade making the best music they ever made, disappears, comes back in a decade and makes the best music they made that decade, comes back in a decade, and
Dude,
God fucking knows what he's going to do this time.
It's like a band. It's like a band you love. You love that band because of all the members, and then they lose their guitarist,
yeah.
and they get a new guitarist, and it's not the fucking same.
It's still okay, but yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happens with Korn. It happened with Korn. It happened with Limp Bizkit. It happened with so many fucking bands.
Yeah.
You know, or they lose their lead singer.
Yeah.
And they replace something. They lose a pivotal point of the group.
Yeah, you're right.
One of the foundation, one of the pillars. And that's what Mikey Clark is. He's a pillar of ICP.
He created the sound with them.
Yes.
It wasn't just those 2 dudes. Those 2 dudes are not resposible for ICP's sound.
Exactly. I mean that's how I've always seen it. Mikey Clark is the pillar. He's the guitarist. And whenever that guitarist or whenever that pillar comes back, it's like it's whole again.
Yeah, man.
And you're like, oh God, yeah, this is it. You know,
Like it's just like they work. It's just such a match made in heaven that it's such a shame they just can't pay that man whatever the fuck he needs. Like if you're going to keep making music, just keep paying Mikey Clark at this point.
I mean, yeah.
What in the fuck, bro?
Yeah, but we got to keep buying shit so the clowns can afford to pay him. I mean,
know,
it all starts with us, man. It all starts with us.
You're right.
We're not going to get the best music from ICP if like they're not making the money to do it,
Yeah, I guess so. God,
Because you got to think, we ask for a fucking gathering every year, which breaks their bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're asking for them to the most important producer they've ever had. we want that on every album. You know, it's just it's.
We're asking too much. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, maybe we could ask for it if they're making enough money.
Dude, money talks. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they're making enough money, bro. All they have to do. Why don't they do this? By the way, I wanted to bring this up. Did you see the new merch they put up on that store? What do you think about that? Here, I'm gonna pull it.
I
up.
like it. I like the hats especially.
Yes.
The black and white hats.
Those are very
Yes.
tight. I wanted to bring this up because they keep doing this shit where they release shit with the OG Joker's cards on it.
Well, they didn't do it for a long time, and then all of a sudden, like last year, and they started like dropping old school shit again.
Yeah. This jersey is very tight.
That
this
is
image,
yes.
Like I like how they took bits of every Joker's card.
If it wasn't 200, I was thinking about getting that.
Look,
one.
even this long sleeve, I would just rock that for
and the
40
first
bucks.
deck. I mean, that's almost like tailor made for us.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
First deck. You know what I mean?
And then look, even these shirts with it's got like the little, it's got the Joker's cards on the back.
Yeah, those are really cool.
It even has 2 question marks.
Yeah, I really like the picture of the eras. You know,
Yes. You know, this is kind of like what our homeboy did. The art Joker's Gallery guy.
Yeah.
Like he kind of made art similar to that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But here's my point. This is what they were saying in the Discord. They said that these shirts are so dope, which I agree, but they're just too busy. Give me a fucking Joker's card on a black shirt.
Yeah.
If they
they just did that.
They did, but why don't they just keep those consistently on their website for
should.
$30 a piece?
They should.
I would buy a couple a year just when they wear out and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
those are the staples.
It's one of those things where they got to pull back on it because there will be too many in circulation.
Maybe.
And then, you know, the luster will wear off and people won't buy them as much. They got to pull back for a while. Let the ones in circulation get ruined and people want more.
I see. I get
and
it.
then release it again, you know, spanking new. And, you know, same shit would happen. You know, I've had Joker card shirts and they're all fucking gone, you know,
Yeah.
so I wanted, you know.
Yeah, you might be right. These hats are very dope. I would get probably the Malenko just because,
I went I'm getting the snapbacks. I'm not going for those other ones, but yeah, the snapbacks I would probably get since I want all of them, man. Fuck it.
I know, man. They're all
God
dope.
damn it.
They're all dope.
You sons of fucking bitches.
Bro, I mean, if I didn't just drop like $300 at the gathering, I would come here and drop another $300 on shit. All I want to do is I want to be a merchalo again, I think.
All I want to do is choke a bitch, roll up a doobie and smoke bitch.
Yeah. Look at this Hell's Pit jacket, bro. What is this?
He said, Violent J the Country Singer says, I don't like just the heads design. What for the hats or the shirts or?
Bro, what is this? Is this like a?
Looks like a
little
windbreaker.
jacket? That's dope.
It looks kind of like a
I
windbreaker.
don't want that. Look, I just saw this too. This Calm shirt is very dope. Look, it's just the picture, and it has that cool ICP logo.
Hey, calm down.
All right.
Just chill, man. You're good. I do. Oh man, that yellow Wraith shirt is dope.
I know. Now we're just like looking at merch. We just want everything.
Guys.
Hey, buy some more Barkle Brothers merch, and then or buy some more Cartoon Nightmares shit, and we can buy some of this shit for us. Okay.
Your whole line is just heads. Oh man, yeah.
All right, nevertheless,
Hey,
whatever.
man, I'm a simple guy. You give me some heads, give me some head. I'm in.
Good one.
But yeah, even those Bang Pow Boom, or even the new.
Oh yeah, this one.
I mean, like these new card ones are really sweet.
Yeah, I love
that's
those.
dope. Like the way they're doing that.
those
I love the Bang Pow Boom.
all three. I'd rock all 3 of these shirts.
Yeah, those are all dope.
And the
Fred is
Fury.
dope.
Yeah. But by the way, Shining for $40. Just bought it at the gathering for 20.
Hold on, why did they stop at Fred? Where's Missing Link and shit? Oh no, there it is.
They got Missing
Yeah,
Link.
yeah,
They just haven't made a Yum Yum yet. It's cool shit, man. I want to go here and just buy all kinds of shit. What?
That Fred shirt right
This
there.
one,
That's
yeah.
kind of cool.
That one's very dope. I think I saw a couple people wearing it.
Anyway,
I know.
fuck
Look
it,
at us.
Sorry,
Look at us here.
but man, but yeah, man. Like I was still kind of on that gathering high last week.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was literally the day after. I mean, we
That's
had
true.
just saw ICP the previous night. I felt like shit. You know, I got a little toasty the night before, a little tipsy, and
Okay.
you know, I was feeling like shit Sunday. But it was hard to, you know, it was like a come down. You know, It's like a come
I get
down
it.
off a high, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
you
I mean
know.
that was asking a lot to do the show the day after, but we're trying
Yeah.
to stay consistent. We're
Yeah.
just trying to stay on top of shit, So it was rough, but we did it. But that said, like I listened to that episode, and I think we did we didn't completely capture all the essence of the weekend. Let me see. I think I had a couple notes I wanted to bring up. If you had anything, please do.
I'm just saying, like it was fun, man. I wanted to give shout outs, and I appreciate everyone that we hung out with. That came up and said hi, and just hanging out with awesome people was honestly just the highlight of the weekend for me.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. We're supposed to be having our ice sculptor homies Corey and Lisa on here. They haven't joined us yet, but they were some cool ass motherfuckers. I look forward to hanging out with him again here.
Yeah, the ice. I've been. I don't know. I wanted to go out and take some liberties and call them the ice climbers or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'd like that. But either way, they were cool people. I mean, hanging out with Gage was awesome. I mean, he was pretty much chilling the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Kept it consistent, kept it humble and on a level head. Sometimes it's good to have people like that around, keep you in check and shit.
Yeah, for sure. You did put together a little music video.
I did.
You want to show that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm gonna show you this little music video Carver threw together of some footage we took of the gathering, and so check it out, enjoy. We'll throw this up on our YouTube after. All right.
Miss, are you all right, miss? Are you okay, miss? Are you okay?
Oh, what are you in?
On the sex wall.
The sex waffles?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Name alone sold beamer.
Ew.
How's not looking dicks at the same time? And dudes faces one another.
Great job. Great fucking job.
Get geeked.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
I'll never get tired of watching that.
Well, you know, man, that's, you know, I just tried to capture the essence
I think you
of
did.
the weekend, you know.
You did.
Leaving all the weird dick-sucking contests out of it, all the, you know, buttholes and...
The debauchery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, decided to leave a little bit of that out.
That's
you know?
okay.
But hey, I thought it captured, you know, the other side of the coin, right?
We'll let the other Juggalo podcast post all the buttholes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want buttholes, you know, you can find it elsewhere. But
That was
anyway,
good shit, man. Good shit.
So
Let me see. He's still waiting on our guest. Hasn't joined yet. Let me make sure he hasn't messaged me real quick.
but yeah, man, gathering high, come down, you know. I think I'm over it now.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think so.
I think I was, you know, it took me a little bit, but there was definitely some things I learned this year.
Such as?
Well, you know, you really just gotta look where you gotta think about where you look, because every crowd you see or group of people you see is not always what you want to see in the middle of that.
Okay.
So, you know,
Buttholes. One thing that I thought was a fucking epidemic this year was the whippets.
I mean that's been around for a while.
Is that just a Juggalo thing now? Whippets?
It's a cheap way to get high.
Yeah. Is
And
that really
it-
cheaper than weed? Honestly.
Well, it's like a cheap upper. Like it's like a real quick cheap upper.
Okay.
I believe is what whippets are.
I've never done a whippet.
I don't
'cause
know.
I know
I-
it kills your brain cells. And I'm scared.
I haven't done them either, but it doesnent last long, so
Yeah.
you got to keep doing them.
I was at a party once where people were I didn't know they would be doing whippets.
Yeah.
And I was there, I think, with my ex-girlfriend, and we were there, and like people are selling whippets and doing like
Yeah.
everybody's like, I'm like you want one? I'm like, no. And then, but that's how everyone there was having fun. I was like, we
Yeah.
dipped like within 20 minutes. I'm like, all right.
I mean, I'm more of a jankum guy myself.
Yeah, of
but
course.
you know,
of course, Jankum
You know.
for life.
yeah, you know. So you know, I will admit that I'm pretty close to a lot to buttholes, because you know that's where you got to get jankum somehow.
True.
So
That's true.
you know, so I'm lying.
Well, I mean,
I
you're-
really do love buttholes.
And you're already huffing. You might as well huff
Yeah.
whippets.
Yeah, you know. So
The amount of whippet containers on the ground was like, it was far too many.
well, you know, when I'm at the gathering, most of my time was spent in the porta potty because of jankum. You know, so I mean,
Okay. There was one porta potty that had a CPN mugshot sticker?
there was. It was funny. There was only one. I was looking around to see if there's any more like CPN
Yeah, I know.
fucking like contraband,
There was one sticker of CPN. Like it was his mugshot. He looked really bad in it.
and it was like slapped on the side of that porta potty.
Yep.
But they said they were. Gage is saying they were everywhere. You talking about the whippets
Yeah, I
or
think
the whippet canisters or the CPN stickers? I only saw one CPN sticker, and then it was funny. I was like, you know what? When we were walking into the gathering, I was like, I gotta piss. I'm gonna go to the CPN porta potty. And when I got there, it was locked. Like, why the fuck was that porta potty locked? There was a legit lock on that porta.
That is funny.
And then we were talking about it. It was like CPN's in there. He's like, he's hiding so he doesn't. He's like listening to the show. Like,
Why would he put his sticker on the side?
man. So speculation: CPN was at the gathering, but he was locked in a porta potty.
Yeah. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Yeah. There were whippet canisters all over the ground. I mean, yeah. I don't know it's just oxygen, right? It's like a surge of oxygen to your brain, so it like gets you. It gets you that.
I think it's nitrous, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So it's just like when the dentist gives you that shit, like makes you loopy
Yeah.
for a few seconds. But at the
Yeah.
dentist, they give it to you constantly, so like you're always loopy. But I think that's like with whippets, you don't know how much you're getting. I think it's just all shit like that, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared of anything that people could die from. I've heard people die from like huffing shit, so I don't fuck with it.
Well, you know, that's why you stick to jankum, man.
Yeah.
Jankum's safe.
It's natural.
Yeah. There were a couple things. So I watched I watched a little bit of that. I didn't see it live, but I went back and watched a little bit of the Palcast.
Okay.
that was at the gathering, and it was pretty cool. I mean, they were just dicking around on stage for a while, killing time. They had like a pie eating contest. Shaggy was like throwing up in a box. His wife was up there, Renee Lucha, who was a very attractive woman. Shaggy, good job, bud.
Sure.
I've honestly never looked up Shaggy's wife, so I didn't really know much about her.
I've actually only seen that one picture of him like at a wedding or something, where like it's him and her.
Yeah.
She looks cute in that picture,
Yeah.
but that's the only picture I've ever seen.
But she like holds it down. She basically she goes in there and runs shit.
She was like being the assistant or whatever, the producer.
Yeah, but like she's not just the assistant. Like she fucking like she runs them. She's like you do this, and they like listen.
Oh,
They're like they literally are her bitches.
good.
Like
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
She's a queen.
Yeah, she's a queen. But yeah. Anyway, she's cool as fuck. Anyway, Shaggy's got him a winner. You know, don't fuck it up. I doubt he is. He's been with her for a while. So
Yeah. Shaggy seems like a good man.
yeah,
We're
good family man. We were talking about that last night.
Yeah.
I came over last night. We were working on some shit, working on some stuff for the show or whatever. But we were talking about that last night. They I don't think it. Maybe they don't think they have to, but like I would like to see, like we were talking about, a light, shined more on like the family man side of like the clowns,
Yeah,
right?
man, for sure. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. They have a reputation and image to uphold, but I mean, the veil's been lifted. The internet's out. We know you have a wife. We've seen you at a fucking wedding with no makeup. You know what I mean? Like, songs like Queens, I guess, are little insights into that. But I would like to see like little candid videos of Shaggy and his family and shit. I just think that'd be, I don't know, cool.
I marvel at literally how mentally strong Shaggy is to be able to keep a family, keep a wife, stay loyal, and like beat alcoholism and shit.
Yeah,
man. It's just,
especially being a fucking rock star.
yeah,
too.
dude. It's not easy,
Yeah.
beating alcoholism like to the point he was at, where he was like drinking fifths of vodka. I mean, that's like homeless on the street, like crackhead shit. Like you're waiting until the liquor store opens so you can go in and get your cheap fucking vodka.
Get
and
his
like,
electric Kool-Aid.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but he was able to beat it, and it just seems like he's just like light years beyond, like mentality beyond what Jay is.
Like, I think that he's an obvious good example of, being able to live that lifestyle, but still like rock the family unit, So it would be cool to have some more insight into that.
Not saying, giving credit to Jay, he loves his kids. He
Of course,
definitely, he loves his kids, and I understand that he has a good relationship with Sugar Slam. I hope so. And but it just seems like, as far as like where they're at, mentally,
Yeah, I feel it. Like they're much more like we all know Jay has problems, obviously, but that hasn't been on display as much with Shaggy. But the fact that like you know that he's sober and shit, like he's like tackling those demons, like seeing those insights is fun and interesting to us.
I mean, we're doing obviously this is, this is about Shaggy today, so I'm gonna go into Shaggy, but you gotta go into Jay too a little bit. The seminar, I noticed watching the seminar. I was outside of the tent when it was live, and I just walked away because I was like, I'm not fucking with this. But I went back and watched a little bit of it online. And Jay just looked like he was like looking down on the floor. He was like, he just looked like he was like like he was looking down. He was like shaking his leg. He was pacing. He just looked like he was so out of place, and like he was nervous, and just like he always looks like he's on the verge of having an attack, like a panic attack.
Maybe, I mean, I was just thinking like you might be onto something, because like, I mean, I guess Shaggy hasn't had really any more practice, but there might be something to the fact that Jay might have like some kind of anxiety about like just talking in front of people. Some people like have a fear of public speaking, but they can still fucking like sing in front of an audience or whatever. Maybe it's some shit like he's comfortable on a stage, but just talking in front of people about his feelings and shit, maybe he's like just really fucking anxious about that.
Yeah.
Man, Shaggy does a podcast, so he probably doesn't have as much of that, just by the nature of talking openly.
Oh,
And
the Shaggy loves to fucking talk. He won't shut up half the time on his podcast. I mean, Keegan's got to tell him, like, shut up. You're interrupting me. He don't even. I was watching the one with Vampiro. I think it was last year when they did that one. I was watching that one because I was just on a Palcast kick.
Yeah.
And, like, he would not shut the fuck up and let Vampiro talk. I'm like, dude, I want to hear what Vampiro says. Can you shut up? But, no, I think the pal, or I think that, the seminar in particular, they're talking about a touchy subject that I think Jay is
sensitive about.
He's sensitive about, not because he doesn't like that topic, but I think he knows, like, he realizes that he's like a sex addict.
Yeah.
And that, you know, it's out there.
And
so
he has to choose his words wisely, maybe.
Yeah, so they're talking about that. Not, you know, for Jumpsteady and Shaggy, it's no big deal, but I think it's a little more touchy with Jay.
Which, by the way, Jumpsteady mentioned several porn stars that he likes. Somebody give me a list of those. I want to pull those up later. So if you know the porn stars Jumpsteady listed in that seminar, let me know. It was all big booty black chicks, I think.
Yeah,
which is funny because he's married to like a Latina, right?
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know if he still is. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to knock someone for, you know, like, you know, having a list of big booty black chicks.
No,
I mean,
I love big booty.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
I fucking love big booty black chicks. And next to big booty Latinas, I don't know which one I like more.
Yeah. I mean, any big booty chick, I don't give a fuck. Black, white, yellow. Give me a green big booty chick. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, bro.
You know, we'll do a Kirk up in this motherfucker, you know. Captain Kirk. Fucking aliens and shit. But yeah, either way, I think as far as that seminar, Jay knew it was a lame seminar.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
I don't think it bothers Jumpsteady and Shaggy as much. They're just doing their job. They're like, hey, this is what we got. Let's go out there and do it.
We can talk about the subject, and Jay has more of like a personal connection to it.
But also I think Jay is very anxious about, are the Juggalos going to like this?
Okay.
Are the Juggalos are they going to care about this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he has anxiety and anticipation with that constantly.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I think I bet if Jay just had more practice podcasting, he'd be better, because I think that just that's just the nature of doing a podcast, which essentially that's what that fucking Zen of Love was, where any improv conversation that people are just having on a stage is a podcast, if you ask me. So there's not much structure to it. Like, you just have to be comfortable talking about your real thoughts in front of people. Yeah. And that just comes like, and that's it. Having guests on a podcast is a good example of how it shows that not everyone does have that inherently. You have to just kind of hone that samurai sword, you know? So not saying like we're some kind of experts, but we have had a lot of practice doing this shit for 81 episodes, not to mention as many Keezy shows that we did and yada yada.
Years, yeah. I think Jay doesn't have a problem with talking about his emotions and feelings. It's just like, I don't know. He's just one of those guys, man. Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off.
Sure. I
think at the gathering in the moment around a crowd it makes it different than rather being, you know, behind a camera online and that type shit. So
yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, that was a big anticipation to see the seminar, and they come out and they're talking about porn.
I know.
So it's
so whack.
Everybody's just kind of like, you know, whatever.
So
I think Jay knew that. He had that. I think Jay has that. What do you want to call it? Self-awareness and being able to connect that and understand. It's like, oh God, nobody really gives a shit about.
You might be right. But, you know, that said, he should have enough self-awareness to push through that and put on a fucking show. Yeah. As an entertainer, and that's your fucking job. But I digress. DC said, that's new for Shaggy. Jay usually overtalks him in all past interviews. Which you are right.
That is true. But, you know, outside, I think Jay is the only one that can do that. That can, like, kind of, talk over Shaggy.
Yeah.
I mean, because the Shaggy talks over all their fucking guests.
You're right.
I mean, like, it's just... Shaggy doesn't give a fuck, man.
You're right. He does. He barrels over everybody.
I know,
when he talks. It's
crazy.
Funny. I think that just comes with and I don't mean this negatively. I think that's just an ego thing at that point, like where you just like, people are used to wanting to hear what the fuck you have to say, so you just steamroll them when you talk, you know. But when you get two of those motherfuckers together, one's probably gonna outweigh them. But Justin Manny said Shaggy's wife and Jay's mom for the 6th. The song is called Queefs. Thanks for that, Justin Manny.
That was another thing. The latest Palcast, there was somebody that sent in super chat and said hashtag Kuma for the 6th.
Oh, really?
People are
Nice.
still saying that.
Good.
Just on those most recent Palcast.
I mean, good. I'm all for it. If that happens, you won't see me disappointed at this point, especially after hearing Pug. I'm voting for Mike at this point, unfortunately, but I'll gladly take. You will not hear me disappointed if it's Kuma, honestly. But if it's a mix of everyone, I'm gonna roll my eyes at it and try my best to love it, and I hope I do.
You know what would be cool in a perfect world?
What?
If Mikey Clark does the 6th, but not saying he needs to take Kuma under his wing, but he brings Kuma in the studio and says, "This is how I do it all. This is how I get." You know what I mean? Basically, apprentices, Kuma in the style that Mikey Clark does it.
Yeah. Because we know Kuma's got the talent.
Yeah, of course.
But you're saying just to show him more his style. And what he's
this is
looking
how
for.
I work with the clowns.
Here's how my mind works.
Basically, when Jay and Shaggy are in the other room, Mikey Clark can sit down and says, "This is how you rein these guys in. This is how you get them to do what you want them to do."
Maybe, yeah. That would be,
You know what I mean?
that'd be nice. In a perfect world.
Yeah.
Well, man, whatever.
So I guess we're not having our guest today.
He hasn't tuned in yet. We'll see if
Yeah.
he comes. If they come through, we'll get him on. It's all good.
Cool.
Gage posted. Hold on, he sent something. So if you ever want to see Shaggy's wife shock him with a collar and make him eat gross food,
I would. DC says I would accept Mikey Kuma.
yeah,
There you go.
I would too. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink and then we can just get into the album. Sound
Okay.
good? Here, I'll start playing it so there's no awkward silence. Oh, by the way, real quick, I will comment on this. We would listen to most of Stalewind today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we won't go into it, but to me, I'll just speak for myself. To me, it's just more of the same, and you already know how I feel. So that's really all I have to say about it. I tried,
Yeah.
man. I really am trying. That's
yeah,
it.
we were listening to it. I mean, there was a few beats I thought were obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of like anxiety kind of noises, like that gave me anxiety. But ICP has made music that has that as well.
Sure.
I mean, there's a song on this album that does that to me. So
All right, let me grab my drink. Do you want a bang or anything?
no. That's a great question, Justin Manny. Great question. He says everybody talks about Vinny in the shockumentary, but what about that other group of kids with the blonde chick and the Pantera mom?
Blonde chick and the Pantera mom.
Yeah, there was a blonde chick, and then there was the one kid where it was like, well, what?
They were friends of Vinny's? Or
I
they
don't
were
know.
just different?
I think they were different kids,
Oh.
but the one kid,
I don't remember.
they asked him, was like, well, what are your? He was like, my mom doesn't like this shit. She's like, she loves Pantera, and they had like an interview of her. I think she was on like a tractor. She was like mowing the grass. There was like a
Remember
picture.
that. It's been so long since I watched that. That's really funny, though. That's a good question. What happened to Choco? Did she die yet?
Oh shit!
I remember Choco's
That's fucked up, man.
Choco's dirty socks was a funny
Choco. Oh yeah, that was
meme. That would have been a meme.
and then the Santanic.
Yeah.
Santanic. Yeah.
That mower picture is classic. Even AU Stalker said, "What about Choco too?" I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There was some What about the dude that like hired him to clean the pools? Remember that guy? He's like, yeah, I hired him for a little bit. You know, they just like to get right there in the dirt grime and the
I forgot.
he was like cleaning the pool and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I've watched that shockumentary 1,000 times.
I mean, that's
I literally just
impressive.
watched it last year. Like me and my brothers watched it.
Okay. I probably legit haven't watched the full thing since 1998.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking
But in 1998, I probably watched it 100 times.
that was like,
but
I mean, it's been in rotation for like since it came out in my life.
man.
I love that shit.
I will rewatch that. He said that black dude with the blue hat looked like Genuine. What? I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't remember that.
The girl was super cute. Echo Siphene said.
Yeah, the blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she the one where they're talking about like Jay's shoes? They were like in the car after the show, and it's like, look, I got Jay's shoes.
Oh, I do remember that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the documentary and skim through it. Oh, but just talking about this song. This song is dope as fuck. I love this song. We both love it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, this is a video. I'm sure everybody's seen this video. It's great.
Oh yeah, we should have played that.
Great song.
Oh well. It's the Clown Posse original documentary. I'm just gonna skim through it real quick. Oh, there's the mom on the tractor right there. Hold on. Hold on.
All these people in the documentary are now in their 40s, if not 50s.
Oh, Jesse is one guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the mom on the tractor. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait.
She's like, I like Pantera and Megadeth and shit.
Hold on.
Suck. They're filthy. They're vile. They're raunchy. They can't carry a tune. They can't even carry a rap. They suck.
It's just not her taste in music. My mom likes White Zombie.
I like a little bit of Pantera, a little bit of White Zombie.
That lady does not like Pantera and White
no
Zombie.
fucking way.
There's no fucking way, bro.
Way past a parent's worst nightmare.
Oh my god.
One time I came home from school and all my CDs were gone. He took all my CDs over to my grandma.
Yeah, what happened to these kids, man? Let's try to get this guy on the show.
That kid on the left is funny, man.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he's like all young and shit. He's like, I still go. I don't give a fuck. Is this the blonde they're talking about?
I think so.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that shit, man. It's been too long.
She seemed like a fucking like sweetheart, like, you know, super nice and like just soft spoken.
Oh shit.
But another part of that shockumentary I really remembered was the guy that got the Riddle Box tattoo.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's getting the Riddle Box tattoo, and the guy, like, they're actually recording him as he's getting it and shit, and they're like kind of asking him, like, what do you think about this in like 50 years? He's like, well, I don't know. It's with me now. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
What's funny is he probably never thought about it. That moment. He's like, oh shit, whoops. Like back then, like the internet didn't exist. They're like, oh shit.
That kid is Vin Dustin.
Who the fuck is Vin Dustin?
I don't know.
Is he trolling us?
Can we get him on the show?
If anybody knows anyone that was in this documentary, have them reach out. Tell me and I'll reach out.
Yeah.
She was the one that was wearing all the shirts. Oh yeah, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
and they're like speeding up. She's taking all the shirts off.
I should do a video of that with all my shirts.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, by the way, I've got this shirt at the gathering.
Pisses me off, man. When I went to get it, they only had 4X left. Pisses
This
me
shirt's
off,
dope as fuck,
man.
dude. I love it. On the back, what's it say on the back? I forget.
A Stalker says that's Twisted's dude who punched CPN. Seriously?
What?
Like if you're trolling, I really want to know this. Is that true?
Oh, interesting.
The Twisted's dude, the dude, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know that dude. He's like a real big dude. He's got like a mohawk or something. And when Twisted went to M&E's headquarters, he went to the office.
And CPN did? Oh,
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
And the guy, apparently that guy punched him. How did you guys not see Hitler sitting on Jesse's bed? I don't remember that.
What, Hitler?
I don't remember that.
I'll go back and watch that shit, man.
Hitler, like, was it a person that looked like Hitler, or did the person actually have Hitler, like a doll or a picture of Hitler or something?
That's crazy.
Yeah, Dustin is their security guard. Yeah, that's his name, Dustin. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Wait, rewind it real quick. Do you want to rewind it?
Sure.
Look for Hitler.
I mean, okay, this song is the shit too. What more do we have to say about it? It's awesome.
Oh yeah. First of all, the first like 4 tracks are bangers all the way through. Love them all.
Yeah. I don't have anything really specific to point out, like as far as like lyrics or anything, but there's Vinny. Is that Vinny? Yeah. Hold on.
Come to the shows, and most of them are gonna paint their faces just like their heroes, which are Violent Jay and Shaggy Two Dope.
Wait, was that Jesse's bed?
Goes, dude. It's just all part of being a clown.
I'm Violent Jay, dress up. I always dress up every concert because everybody else does.
Eric.
They started wearing it, so we wear
He's got the
it.
shittiest
Everybody
makeup.
wears
Oh
it.
my god. It looks like shit, Vinny.
Clown concept.
Basically, to them, there's nothing fantasy about it. It's what they're into. They're into the whole
Shut up,
clown
Alex.
carnival thing. And it really
Yeah,
is
Alex. You
a real
fucked.
existence
You
thing.
fucked up, boy.
Most
Fuck
of
you,
us really
Alex.
don't know
I'm just trying to.
Vinny used frosting.
Justin,
Justin, man.
Bro, y'all are fucking with me. I'm trying to see this Hitler bed, and y'all are just.
Yeah, where are we? I don't.
There's Jesse. Okay.
I have no clue where Hitler is.
They're vile. They're raunchy. They can't carry a tune. They can't even carry a rap. They suck.
It's just not her taste in music.
I'll turn it down.
So I had a couple notes about track 4. Are we on track 4?
I think we're only on track 3. Right.
Okay.
Fuck the fuck off, motherfucker.
Yeah, I would say the next track. This is a great song. I would say the next track is one of my top 5 favorite songs on this album. Too Dope, TOO.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. That song's great.
Yeah, that song is great. This song, I mean, this album is fire. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. The more you listen to it, you have more respect for Shaggy's wordplay.
Oh yeah. All right, fuck the shockumentary. We'll go over we'll do an episode on the shockumentary. We'll do a watch along.
We do. We need to.
That'd be great.
We for sure.
I'll remember so much shit when we go back through it. Yeah. All right, so fuck that. Look out for that episode soon. Fuck the fuck off, motherfucker, and then it goes to the song Too Dope, which is legit. Like,
love Too Dope.
One of the best Shaggy solo songs ever made.
Yeah.
I think. This might be my favorite song in the album. Let me look at the liner notes if you don't mind.
There's a classic sample used in this. That's one of my notes.
This wasn't the one you were talking about earlier, though.
No. We'll go into that one when we get there.
Look, all music written, produced, and arranged by DJ Clay and Shaggy Too Dope. Oh, that?
You've heard that sample before.
D-O-P, yeah, I don't know where that's
That
from.
is an old classic sample I've heard in a lot of hip hop. Not sure where that comes from.
It says, one thing that's interesting is it says all songs written by Shaggy Too Dope, but then it says Stretch Nuts and Fogging Up the Window written by ICP. Jay's not on Stretch Nuts, I don't think. So it's interesting that he gets a writing credit for that.
Wow. Maybe he wrote.
Maybe he helped him come up with the story or something. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. The Eazy-E's on the hook here.
Oh, that's
that
Eazy-E?
piano is fucking.
Oh, dope! I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Eazy-E.
I just love how he goes, "I'm too dope." That's just
Yeah.
so tight. Shags would like to thank Renee first. He names it Renee and then his kids next, I think. Cyrus, I think, is his little one. Isaac, Mahala. Oh no, Ronan is the one. Lucha Ronan. So Cyrus and Isaac must be his older ones then.
Maybe.
Cyrus, Isaac, Mahala, Ronan, and Leona. This motherfucker has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Damn.
Okay. A Stalker, that beat, are you talking about the sample on this song right now? Is from Words by KRS-One. Okay.
Okay, let me look that up.
It is from Welcome Into the... the beat is from Welcome Into the World by KRS-One. Yeah, I know I've heard it before. I just didn't know where it came from.
All right, here, let's pause it.
Speaking of KRS-One, that was a great fucking show.
Oh yeah, he ripped it.
KRS-One is a fucking legend.
Like I only casually paid attention to the
That's
rappers.
all you needed to notice how fucking good he was.
Well, I was gonna say all the rappers.
Yeah.
Like I just we were handing out flyers and shit and meat and jugs while they
Yeah.
played. But like as soon as KRS came out, like he was the one like I popped over. I was like, all right, let me pay attention. He was fucking schooling. OP2. He's like FUCKOFFU motherfucker you. They're in that shit or whatever.
That's a good call, man. Like these, yeah. I mean, you guys hold it down. You guys,
every time we got a question, somebody's got the fucking answer, bro. I love it.
Yeah. Like you guys got a plethora of knowledge, and I fucking really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The live fact checking. I love the jugs do that for us because we're pretty fucking ignorant to a lot of these concepts and shit. So when y'all blow our minds with that kind of shit, I love it.
Well, it's just, unfortunately, I don't spend the time and sit down and research it and try to get all my shit straight. But you guys like have it right immediately.
Like, how do you even remember those samples? Like,
yeah, I remember hearing it. I knew that sample.
That's crazy.
There. I knew it. I heard it. I just didn't know where it was from. But there is another famous sample on this album that I know where it comes from, and I made sure to look it up because I've known where it came from.
God, this song's tight.
Thank you, DC, for bringing AU Stalker here.
I wonder how much of the scratching Shaggy did versus DJ Clay on this album.
That's a good question because there's some sick scratching on this.
It's very dope.
Yeah. I'm a juggalo. That shit's dope. I'm a juggalo. But yeah, Shaggy took it back old school on this album. I mean, he's got a mix. He's got some new school sound and shit, but like, there's a lot of old school sound and shit, which is I appreciate. He paid homage to old school hip hop. He paid homage to shit he loves.
Yeah.
You can hear it on this.
Oh, there's a little skit.
John Candy.
Oh yeah, he shouts him out. I think in that song, he says something about from what's the movie, Uncle Tom or
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
He mentions Uncle Buck, and then he has this clip, and then it goes right into the next. That's so perfect. That's dope as fuck. Like very well thought out. DC said Lifelines, phone a friend 50-50, and what's the last one according to something to do with the audience? Oh yeah, poll the audience. Yeah, we should have like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style lifelines like that, where we phone a friend if we have a question. Well, you guys are literally doing all three of those things.
Yeah. You guys make it easy. You really do. You make it easy to get on here and talk about shit because...
I mean, our first episodes before we started having people regularly in the comments, like, we're just us speculating the whole time.
Yeah, well, a lot of the shit with the old, the classic stuff, we already knew, so it was easier. But, like, as we get into these newer albums, it's harder because...
Oh, and by the way, y'all keep commenting and schooling us. Like, if you see something in one of these videos and you're like, no, I need to tell them it was this. Tell me. Put it in the comments. Message us. Whatever. I will read. I'll read every comment. And then I'm going to make a segment where we fucking give people props for schooling us on the truth.
For example, you were telling me about what DC had mentioned about the Dark Lotus album.
Yeah. I can pull up his actual comment because I don't want to take it out of context.
Because... here's the issue. We did the Dark Lotus album recently, and I had listened to it, but it hadn't stuck with me since then. Since I have bought Dark Lotus at the album, Earth, Wind, Water,
Mud, Water, Air, and Blood.
Mud, Water, Air, and Blood. I bought it at the Gathering. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. I've been listening to it, and that album is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I had realized that yet by the time we did the review of it.
Yeah.
But like I have spent more time with it, and I realized how fucking good that album is. And then the information I found out that you told me that you got from that DC had told you.
I'm pretty sure it's DC. I couldn't find the comment. I need to start saving them because DC. I'm pretty sure DC left a comment about how Twisted had. He's like, this was important because Twisted had left the label already, and then they came back just to do this album, but they didn't get payment for it. They just got masters.
Okay, so they were hungry for those masters because they fucking came correct on that album.
Oh yeah. They did not phone it in.
No. Like, they fucking came correct on that album, and it's like, and here, my speculation on that now is like, they did that, they came correct and even beyond correct because they wanted to fucking outdo ICP. They wanted to make sure they outdid them.
No, maybe. Maybe,
like,
man.
We're not only going to fucking do this album and do the job, but we're going to do it better than you could ever imagine we could do it.
It's an interesting theory.
And we're going to get these masters out of it. Yeah. And that just shows you how professional Twisted is, really. Like,
well, you're speculating.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even if it's not that, I mean, even if it's just like, hey, we need you to do this album, we'll give you these masters. I know we're not cool, but do this album for us. They still came. It just shows you how professional they are. Like,
oh yeah,
as their job, they came and
did the fucking job.
Did the job beyond, what I would have ever expected.
I give them that. Yeah,
it's a great album.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I would say it's probably my favorite Dark Lotus album at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a revelation. That's shocking.
Yeah.
I think it is very, very
it's fucking
good.
amazing.
I think it's man.
I like it because of the pagan feel.
I do. I think
The,
as far
the
as
paganistic feel of that album, I really like it.
I think as far as rapping abilities and like just fun to listen to, you might be onto something there. The nostalgia just gets me with the first two, I think.
I mean, Tales is obviously, in my opinion, Jay shines on that album. Some all-time favorite verses are on that album. But that album, just as far as like just flexing and like just just how big the Mud album sounds. It's crazy. It's good.
They were on like another level.
Yeah.
So anyways, we didn't discuss the previous song, which was The Knife. You really like The Knife.
Okay. Let's go back to that, man.
Sure.
I fucking love this track.
Yeah, The Knife is dope.
I love this track.
The beat is funky and weird.
Yeah.
It's a straight up like ICP song.
There was a thing at the end of Too Dope.
Oh, okay.
The track Too Dope where the kid says "fuck off." That made me laugh.
He's like, "Fuck off."
So I've talked about on this show about a Shaggy solo album that highlights all of his trades.
Yeah,
and The Knife is one of them that I think I would throw on there.
Like he's like a knife maker,
knife specialist, whatever. But I was thinking of calling. I've wrestled with the title, but I'm thinking like Shaggy's Trade Secrets.
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
I like that
working title.
I like that. Shaggy's Trade Secrets. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got knives. He's got bazookas. He's a butcher. He's all kinds of different shit, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I would throw this on there.
So what you need to do is do like a little. This might be off the show talk, but do like a little drawing of Shaggy and pick a style and draw him in this fucking style, and then do a whole series of them like that. That'd be dope, bro.
Yeah, because I'm
sorry.
Shaggy's a trade ex. I mean, he's in the trades, man. I mean, he's fucking. He knows what he's doing.
But maybe Joey the Butcher is similar to Joey the Knife Expert.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he's a butcher, he's got to know about knives.
Yeah.
So these songs go together. You know what I mean?
What's dope about this verse is he raps about it like it's his like girl. You know, his knife. It's just funny. It's clever, you know.
There's a line on this. It's on the second verse, I believe, where he says, what does he say? He says something about he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to split wood. Or he'd fuck it, but he doesn't want to split wood.
That's so good.
So I thought that was pretty good. He's got some good lines on here, man.
That's a good pun, bro.
Yeah.
Don't want to split wood.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely got some good lines on here. Yeah, I love that song though. Anyway,
I wonder who's on this Tonight I'm Yours. Does it say in the booklet? Oh, here I got it right here in front of me. Yeah. It's not on there. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder who does the like hook on this. Devil's trying to take good.
Yeah, that's a good question. I thought the same thing.
Maybe it's on.
So this took me quite a few listens to understand this song.
Yeah, this song's weird, but
do you know what happens at the end?
Oh, I guess I don't remember what happens at the end. No, tell me.
Okay.
So the song is about what?
This song is about. Obviously, he's given the whole song's about him giving into the devil or giving into the
evil,
giving into the evil. But if you pay attention at the very last verse, he lets the girl go, and he says not tonight, or he says not this time.
You're right.
So he actually the whole fucking song. It took me a while to
took me quite a few listens because I thought this whole song was about just giving into the devil. But by that last line at the end, the last verse, I had stopped kind of, every listen I would be like checked out by that point.
Yeah, same.
But once I finally listened, it's like, no, the song is about not giving into the devil. He lets the girl go and he says he's not doing it.
That's an interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
So what's that say about him, you think? Even the character, Shaggy Two Dope, who's within the next 2 songs, has a full song about being a creep peeping in a window.
Yeah.
What's it say about him during this song?
That next song with the window, fogging up the window, is very... I still don't quite understand that song.
Yeah. It's a weird one. But
Jay spits on it. I love
does.
Jay's verses on those, but I don't... I have a hard time understanding what that song's quite about, really.
Yeah. It's a tricky one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Shaggy's Team Jesus. I think he said that on the podcast before.
He literally has a giant cross tattooed on his back.
Yeah, he said
that wouldn't surprise me. Why else would you get a giant cross tattooed on your back?
Shaggy, I believe, has said on the podcast, "We're Team Jesus over here," like real quick, just jokingly. He's like, "Oh, we're Team Jesus over here," that type of shit.
But even jokingly, it tells you that he's not into evil. I get what you mean.
I believe so.
I don't think he's going to church.
No.
Or even reading the Bible.
Yeah.
But he's on team good, is what that says. But yeah, this song is interesting. So maybe he is. I think for the most part of the song, he's just playing the character, and I don't think maybe he didn't even think too much about that. But even to be able to write it,
I think here it is.
Yep. Yeah, he says it was calling me, dragging me down, but not tonight.
If you reverse it, he says he's holding her, but he lets her go. She makes. But not tonight.
Yeah.
And so he lets her go at the end.
It's interesting. I like that it's not just a song about letting evil take control of you. It actually has an end to the story where he's I got control. So
what up, Crutch?
It's an interesting insight.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop, Crutch.
I thought that was interesting after hearing this a few times, and I finally caught that last line. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that makes it kind of cool. It makes the song takes it up a level.
Yeah.
So this song's Dickhead first before Fogging Up the Windows. I forgot.
This one doesn't. I mean, this one's okay. It doesn't it never jumped out to me.
This is in bottom tier.
Yeah, with all the and seriously, I've been listening to this album all week. It's been in the car. I've been listening to it all week. And this one just doesn't really jump out. I don't hate it, but
yeah, it's all right. It's just all right.
What if a track about the witch? Jugga Crow 17? The witch?
Yeah, I think he's saying what about the track about the witch? Like saying the song's about the devil. So I think I think let me make it clear. I don't think I'm with you. I don't think that you're merely putting it out there that Jay and Shags are good. They only want to rap about good. I don't think that's what you're saying. And no. I don't think that's what they're doing either. I think that they have the ability to tell a story from any perspective, but there's probably a piece of them deep inside or whatever that there's something that made Shaggy want to end the song like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
I believe so, yeah.
So that said, Hell's Pit, all the songs about the witch and the devil and whatever, they obviously have the ability to do that and should do that, and it's dope when they do that. All of the above, but where are they drawing the line between ICP and Joe and Joey, I guess?
Yeah. I just think that's one of the main things that is attractive about ICP's music is there is a complex. There's a good and evil complex in them.
Because anyone on the outside who knows about ICP, what do they say? Oh, all they rap about is murder and killing.
Yeah.
That's all motherfuckers say.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
But they don't hear Crossing the Bridge. They don't hear fucking The Unveiling or Homies or I just named 3 songs off of the Wraith Shangri-La, but whatever other songs in that same vein, you know what I mean? There's 100 of them. Pass Me By.
Well, like I said, going back to the Devil song on this album, it's basically a summed up version of their entire career. We're gonna trick you, we're tricking you into talking about murder, and I'm gonna murder this girl, but I let her go in the end.
Yeah.
It's just another song that is it ties up everything they've ever done, and
it represents their style.
Yeah, it's just I think it's nothing out of the ordinary,
I feel that.
So,
good point.
Usually when they're talking about killing people, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But that Devil song on this album seems like it's a little more serious with the hook and shit.
So maybe he made sure to end it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's not trying to convince people into giving into, that type of shit.
I feel that. I'll be honest. The second half of this, we're starting to get into the middle of this album. The second half of this album is kind of forgettable because every time I listen to it, I start tuning out because those first 4 or 5 tracks go so hard,
yeah,
and then it just falls off. That said, the album, Dickhead is okay. It's bottom tier. This song is pretty dope, but it's just the subject matter is weird.
Yeah, I still if anybody knows what the song's truly about, I mean, is it literally just about like peeping Tom shit?
I think so. I don't think there's a metaphor here.
Because it seems like when Jay starts going in, like he's talking about more shit, but I don't. He's using his stylistic type of rap, so it's hard to follow his story.
The hook goes hard though.
It is. Well, Von J, the country singer, brings up a great question here.
What?
He says, "Who's to say they won't flip on the 6th card of the second deck, like the whole God thing was a trick?"
Maybe.
And they, like you're saying, they just come out and say, "Hey, we're Satanists. We're tricking you."
I mean, I would love it if they did that. I would think that would be cool.
Love it.
I think that would be cool. Why not? I mean, not because it's evil, but because it's just like flipping again. Why not? Fuck it. And then the 5th card of the 3rd deck, they're like 75 years old. They're like, just kidding, juggalos. We love Jesus.
We love Jesus, juggalo.
We're not sorry if we tricked you again.
We've tricked you 3 times.
We're full of tricks.
Man, it's yeah. Who knows? I mean,
nobody, man. You're such a fucking troll, man. Get out of here. He said, per usual, Keezy's wrong. That guy's all he does. If you go in our Discord, by the way, all nobody man does is just troll and troll.
You're wrong about what?
He's a good guy. I'm just fucking with you, but I think he was saying that the bottom half of the album is bad or whatever, or not as good. But somebody did mention, he said Psychopathic Soldier is on it, which I do think is the best song on the second half. No joke.
Psychopathic Soldier is dope. But, I mean, I agree.
Excuse me, Stretch Nuts is the best song in the second half.
Stretch Nuts is my favorite song on the album.
It's great.
My favorite song on the album. Love Stretch Nuts. But nobody, man,
if that's what you're saying, what makes the second half better than the first half?
Nobody man likes to be contrarian.
Yeah.
He loves anything somebody says. He loves to yuck your yum.
Yuck your yum.
He loves it. So don't give too much credence to it. He's a good guy, but I know what he's doing over there.
Well,
36 inches, bitch.
Speaking of this track, does anybody recognize the sample right here?
That reminds. I think it's from. Do you remember those like middle of the night like CD infomercials where they would say like it'd be like Enya and shit on like a smooth. This song was on there, right? This is one of those like Enya smooth like background music songs.
Because I don't think this is quite a hip hop music. It wasn't a sample from hip hop music, but it was a beat that this was sampled from.
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah. If anybody knows it, let me know. Because this sample is used across the board of hip hop for many, many years. This is a classic sample that's been used. That does anybody know that? This is such a dope song.
That West Coast like
yeah.
Love it. And starting your verse like that is so ballsy. Pun
Yeah.
intended. God damn. Every time we fuck, our shit gets entangled. Oh, it's so fucking dope, bro. God damn.
DC says he'd have to go look. His homies schooled him in this album, so he'd have to go look. But if anybody knows this sample, I know this sample. I double checked it to make sure it was right and everything, but I remember looking this sample up years ago because of another Juggalo favorite rapper used it. But actually, in our there's a Columbus, where we're from, has a radio station, a hip hop radio station, and they would play like a Friday or Saturday night DJ mix, and they would use this sample for like the bumpers of the entire like show.
Did you find out what the sample was?
I know what the sample is.
Okay, you want me to pull it up?
I'm just asking if anybody else knows.
Ah, nobody's said it yet.
It's not the most. I mean, it's a pretty prominent sample in this song.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of people there seems to be a big thing about this sample. People look for this song when they hear the sample in something because it's been used a million times.
Yeah.
People look for this song. They want to know where it's at, and it takes them a while to find it usually. And when they find it, it's like, oh my god, I actually found where the song comes from. The sample comes from Art of Noise.
Oh yeah. Moments in Love.
Moments in Love.
All right, I'm gonna pause this and play Art of Noise real quick.
Yeah. And this has been used throughout hip hop for a long time. And there's actually another Juggalo favorite rapper that has used this in a pretty big song early in his career. I mean, I don't know about you, but to me this is a famous sample.
Yeah, I've heard this a million times.
Yes.
So it's just an instrumental song?
Yeah. Yeah, DC, you're right. Tech 9 has used this.
What song was it?
Look up Tech
used?
9, Now It's On.
Ah, okay.
Now It's On.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
And he's got all his other rappers rapping with him on there and shit, and they kill this song.
Vintage Tech. Yep. There it is.
Yep.
That's where I've heard it. Oops. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Now, I've looked this before Vintage Tech came out. I had this song because I downloaded all Tech 9's early shit before this album even came out. And I remember like in 2002, 2003, when I first got hip to Tech 9, I looked up all his old shit, got it all. You know,
So you already heard that shit.
had this all burned on discs and stuff. And I remember that sample even back then because our radio station used it. And a lot of DJs use that sample, so yeah.
Yeah, that shit is a dope sample.
Crazy Bones used it. A lot of other rappers have used it.
I think Shaggy did it justice, bro.
Yeah.
I doubt Art of Noise would like the subject matter their sample was used on that in that case, but I love it.
Oh, is it just one other dude, DC, on that song?
On that Tech 9 song?
Yeah, on that Tech 9 song. Is it just one other guy?
He said Lee Joe.
Lee Joe?
Whoever
that... I mean, I've listened to that song a million times, and that dude rips it. I mean, fucking absolutely rips it, so...
So this song, Electric Kool-Aid, is probably the most weirdest track. Well, I say the second weirdest track on here, but one of the weirdest tracks ICP's ever done.
Yeah. This is an obnoxious track.
It's not fun to listen to.
I don't like it.
It's got this weird, like, robot noise.
It's goofy.
He's rapping about being on crack.
It's goofy. I'm not a fan of it.
It's so out there.
Yeah. I mean, I give it, you know, I'll give them props for being creative and trying something with it, but
it's wild. It's a really wacky. It's an experimental song.
Nobody Man says he loves it. Of course, that's
Shocker.
cool. I'm glad you like it. It is. It's very like.
Next thing you know, he's gonna tell us he loves Stale Wind too.
I mean, it definitely puts me in a like a not calm state, and I guess that's the point of it. So, it's doing its job. There are points of the song I like. Like this ain't bad. It's pretty cool.
But the beat switches so many weird times, and like it goes into the obnoxious hook.
Nobody Man Says Stale wins a 15 out of 10.
What a fucking troll, bro. All right, I'm moving on. Don't Ask Me is the next track. The next few tracks are like I don't remember them at all.
Vontae the Country Singer says it's very experimental and accurate. I love it too. So I've never smoked crack. I don't know how. I don't know how accurate it is, but I've been around crackheads. I was actually friends with a crackhead, and they were crazy. Oh yeah.
Anybody I know?
Did you ever know that Debbie chick? Our buddy Ben knew her. Me and Ben. She jumped.
Paul's friend Debbie. I was just talking about her last week. You didn't know who it was.
No, not Paul's friend.
Okay. No, then no.
Quick story. Me and Ben, our buddy Ben.
By the way, that's another sample. That's like Aerosmith sample or some shit, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. It could be.
Sounds like Aerosmith.
That's a
Dream On, maybe.
This record's full of them. Full of samples. I wish I knew them all.
The beat goes hard on this song. Anyways, I'm sorry. You said Ben does something with Debbie.
No, I knew a crackhead. I had some junk weed, traded it for a rock.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay. Why?
because I was gonna sell it.
Okay.
See, because the junk weed I had was junk, so I traded it for a little rock. I was gonna sell that rock, get a little bit more money. Well, the night ended with the crackhead Debbie on Ben's hood, like holding on while he was like backing up and shit and like pulling out of the parking lot. She was like,
"Oh my god,
"Ah, give me!" Like, yeah, it was crazy.
So that was after you gave her the rock?
No, I never gave it to her.
Oh, so she wanted the rock.
She wanted the rock. She said she was gonna buy it, didn't have the money, so we left. She jumped in the hood. Wow. She chased the car and jumped in the hood.
Damn, crack must be awesome, dude. It has to be awesome.
I was to be. I mean, I was never a crack. I never sold crack. That was just a one-time incident where I was trying to get rid of this punk ass weed. I ended up in the hood, and these motherfuckers took it and handed me a rock, and I like could do nothing. There was nothing I could do about it.
Must be incredible, man. I need to try it sometime. Just kidding.
But
this song is pretty dope, though. All right, moving on.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a pretty good song. Don't hate it.
I don't remember this song at all.
This one's pretty good. I like it. It's got a nice little, it's got a positive kind of feel to it.
DJ Clay crushed it on this song, or this album.
Yeah, I would say so.
I like that it's produced by one producer.
Yeah.
I mean, Shaggy, obviously.
Yeah, it ties it all together. Juggalos in the chat. Am I correct? I think I heard this at one point. Was Otis working on this album with Shaggy, and then when the whole shit happened, when Otis left, Shaggy
restarted this album, or at least the music? Because I remember Shaggy wasn't in the Big Faggot Lovers interview where he was talking about they were working on this album, him and Otis.
Bro, literally look at the comment Crush just left.
What does it say?
Was this the album that was recorded by Otis?
Oh, okay.
right before you said that, he mentioned it. That's funny.
I mean, was it recorded or produced by Otis?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, he's not even mentioned on this shit.
It might have been recorded by Otis. Otis could have been the engineer of this album, but they just had to change the music. I don't know.
I don't know. By the way, the album cover on this, we never mentioned that. Very, very
Oh,
dope.
yeah.
Love it.
Really dope. Gage says probably Otis was their boy for everything. Well, I remember a specific line that Shaggy said in that Faggot Lovers interview where he was like, yeah, me and Otis were sitting in the studio. We were together every day working on my album.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So what happened with that? He's not in the credits, so obviously they had to change the music.
They either scrapped some shit
Yeah.
or maybe had Clay come in and read it. So maybe all these songs are secretly remixes.
Nobody Man says I think he produced 2 songs for this album. They had to scrap just 2 songs. Jesus, I figured it would be like the entire album.
This song's cool. I don't like that noise in the hook. It's a little obnoxious.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like the call and response shit here. That's dope. I like the West Coast noise.
Yeah, there's a lot about this song I do like.
All right. It isn't a bad song. I didn't give it credit.
I think Sugar Slam in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't mention her.
Crutch says he hated the album cover, but it grew on me. I don't know. I really liked it.
I would liked it.
I always liked the album cover. I thought it was cool. It's got that graffiti paint look.
Yeah, he said I wish the vinyl was colored. That's why I just checked it a minute ago because I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's just black. Even the I looked at the Shining vinyl. I was about that the Gathering. That one's cool. It's like I think it's clear or whitish, translucent. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that one just being black is a little whack. But
How does this album stand up to his last solo album? Everybody. I mean,
I think it blows it out the water.
really?
Yeah, the last one's forgettable. I think it was an okay album, but this one is the shit.
Yeah. I need to go back and listen to that last one. I need to see if there's any Shaggy's trade secret songs on there.
You did mention, yeah, you did mention that you wish this album was shorter.
Yeah. Which that's the thing with everything. I wish most albums were shorter.
Like a 12-track album.
12-track album. Give me a 15-track album. 3 of those tracks can be skits.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that would eliminate some of the songs that aren't,
some of the filler.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it.
I don't remember. I cannot listen to this song. It just as soon as it starts playing, I stop paying attention. It's boring to me. I don't know. Maybe I need to keep listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there could have been maybe 1 or 2 songs, even off Death Pop, could have got rid of. I'm the squirrel from Ice Age getting that nut.
It's a pretty dope reference. Only a dad is making that reference. I do, as a dad, I do love that shit where I hear, even Jay does it sometimes too, where I'm like, bro, you wouldn't even know that unless you're a dad.
Yeah.
I like that shit. All right, I'm moving on. Next song, Psychopathic Soldier. This song's a standout track on this album, I think.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is the first, I think, out there twisted diss that they put out there.
Yeah. See, I didn't really catch that. It's hard for me to catch ICP. It's like ICP's disses.
Well, because they diss the masses usually. It's they're dissing the public, the haters, general ideas of people, bigots, rednecks. But you could tell in the second verse he's talking to Twisted.
Yeah,
I'm almost positive. Whoop whoop, 17 Ninjas and Salty Baggins. We see y'all.
And the Gage says Gloomy Sunday was pretty good. Yeah, I remember. Same. I've only listened to it once, but I remember being very impressed by that.
There you go. I never did listen to that.
Yeah.
I skipped it. I'll give it a chance. And it's only
and
6 or 7 tracks.
Yeah, and it's short, and that's one reason why I liked it so much. Only one listen, I was like, this album's fire. Yeah, this song's pretty sweet. With the piano, that
it's got the marching band drum.
Yeah. Yeah, good shit, man. Yeah, this song is a banger and a diss. So 17 Ninjas says, yeah. Nobody 17. You're talking about the last track?
Yeah.
Don't even go there, man. That fucking last shit is weird as shit.
We're gonna listen to that song in full.
We're gonna listen to it silence in full. Oh man. But yeah, man.
Here we go. Listen, this is his second verse is dissing Twisted. Listen.
Okay.
Hold on. Listen. Let's go back a little bit. I think that line is what sealed the deal. He said never would have been shit without the hatchet. Here, let's go. Here you go. I mean, it's still pretty vague, but there's a couple lines in there where you know he's like turncoats. He's like, thanks for taking out the trash.
I was gonna say they're getting the business into the gat. Are you gonna shoot him?
I know, man.
You really gonna shoot him, Shaggy?
Like, damn, bro, that's a threat.
You got one of them bangs down here, bro?
Yeah, I'll get you one.
I'm finna get a bang up in this motherfucker. Yeah.
You wanna? This is raspberry.
Raspberry. And schnashberries. And schnoshberries. And crabberries. Isn't Revolution 17 a cover of the Beatles? I don't know, is it? Damn, dude, that's blowing my mind. I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the Beatles song called?
Something Revolution.
Let me
Right?
Google it. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I don't know shit about the Beatles. They have one called Revolution 9.
Yeah, it samples Revolution 9.
Or they have a song
God,
called,
yeah.
They have a song just called Revolution.
Yeah, I know that song.
It's not this.
If you want to have a revolution, yeah. To have a revolution. Hey, it's the Beatles. I mean, I love this song. I love a lot of the Beatles.
All right, the Revolution 9.
But I don't know if that, I mean, does it sample that? I don't remember. No, it's not that song. Yeah, I don't know.
This is Revolution 9.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Revolution 9. It's a different song. Yeah, that's it.
Damn. See? Learning shit.
That's crazy. See, yeah, man. These motherfuckers got it. You guys got it down. I know that.
All right, let's listen to it. It says Revolution 17 outro, and it's almost 5 minutes long.
What made him... Does Shaggy like the Beatles?
Maybe.
If you want to have a revolution, yeah. Keezy isn't a fan. Carver gets the appeal, but it's not his cup of tea. As far as what, Beatles?
I think you're talking about Ouija.
Oh, Ouija.
Because Salty Baggett says, I've only been listening for a short while. What's your overall opinion of Ouija, Mac? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. We don't hate Ouija, Mac. We like the man. Just we don't really bump his music. Thanks.
Yeah, I when it comes to hip hop, I am definitely an old head. I do like I like the not that anybody gives a fuck, but I like lower BPMs with beats. Ouija uses those kind of trap style beats that have higher BPMs. I like the lower BPMs around 80 something, 90 something, the classic boom bap type shit. It's my favorite kind of fucking hip hop. And I like when you rap on those kind of beats, it's a lot harder to rap with the beat. Like Ouija raps on beats that, he's like you know what I mean? And it's to me, that's really easy to rap that way. As to where when you slow the beats down, the BPMs down, you have to be more stylistic and more. You have to pay attention and use a lot of different type of structures to rap with a slower kind of BPM in those older school style beats. And I don't know, I just like that. I like sampled beats. I like funk. I like bluesy sounding soul funk on shit. And newer beats are just more synth, and it's more of a fast pace, but just a locked in a one style kind of sound in that new shit. So I don't hate it, but it's just not my thing.
I don't know if I'm just like, maybe I'll give Ouija this. Maybe his shit's too deep and it's over my head. That is a possibility. I haven't listened to it and paid enough attention to get that. So I will say that I don't know. Maybe I am just stupid in that regard. But when I listen to it, like, I can barely pay attention to the lyrics because they just seem like they're just scattered. They don't mean anything. He's just saying a line, then another line, then another line, then another. And often you could take those same lines and copy and paste them on the next beat, and it sounds like another Ouija Mac song to me. They all are just him saying lines about designer clothes or juggalo shit or killing. And like ICP, they do that on certain songs maybe, but when I listen to him, I want this line to have something to do with the next line. And then or sometimes I want a story, or sometimes I want some cohesiveness. His shit just, it sounds like just scattered lines of like, where not a lot of time was spent on them. And that's kind of where it boils down.
And that could be, I don't know, Ouija could take a month to write one song. I have no clue, but to me, it doesn't sound like it. To me, it sounds like you could write them kind of songs in one day.
It sounds like Devereaux gave him a pile of beats. He rapped to literally every single one.
Like, it sounds like a lot of shit you can just freestyle it. And if he is freestyling that shit, that's cool. I mean, I give respect to freestyle too.
I could legitimately write and record a Ouija Mac style song in the course of us doing one of these shows. Because I don't think much time needs to go into the writing process for those.
Yeah, and if Ouija is freestyling his songs, that's fine. But I also listen to a lot of freestyle rap, and to me, that's not good freestyle. I think good freestyle is you can tell a story, you can have punchlines, and you do all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I'm not going to say if you can freestyle a song, that takes skill. I mean, and if that's what he's doing, if he's literally just going in the studio and just literally rapping whatever, well, that's fine.
People give Lil Wayne props because they say that's what. Or I'm sorry, no, I don't think Lil Wayne might do that, but I think Lil Wayne is one of those rappers where he sounds like he's like rapping about some bullshit, but his shit is actually like hand picked. So I'm not gonna sit here and shit talk Lil Wayne, but Jay-Z I think is an example of this where I think he does go in and just freestyle over beats, and it sounds pretty fucking dope, but I think he gets a lot of credit for that alone.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I'll give him his props. If that's what Ouija's doing, then great. That shit is not for me. No. I want well-written, crafted lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I want crafted songs. I don't even want lyrics. I don't want bars. I want a well-crafted song. Beat, lyrics,
I want it all.
Voice, yes.
I want it all.
And ICP does that, scratches that itch for me most of the time.
Yeah, it's just like, there's things about Ouija that's cool, like, but to me, it's mainly just background sound.
Yeah.
You put it on and it's background sound. Like, it just doesn't, I don't care to like. There's not one Ouija song I like care about what his next line is or what he's saying, what he's getting at, what the end's going to be, how he's going to wrap up. There's nothing. It's literally just like a cool sounding background song, and I think that's the main thing about what this newer hip hop is. That's been around for. It's been around for a while. This newer kind of sounding hip hop. It's been out for a good decade now. But I think that's all it is. It's literally just a sound. It's an image and a sound.
Yeah.
And there's no need to have anything else more than that nowadays.
Yeah, because people want content. They don't want shit that motherfuckers don't want music that they're gonna bump and then like to keep picking apart for months or even years. They want all right, give me the next new shit. All right, now give me the next new shit. All right, give me the next that's just how it is these days, and Ouija is doing that. So more power to them. I stick with the old school style of I want handcrafted, well-crafted, well thought of shit that maybe even takes you months or years. I prefer that to pumping out content every couple months.
Yeah, so 17 Ninja says Ouija took a few listens when he first came around, but I like his music. At work, it gets you hyped, and I'll give you that
background music.
And I'll give you that again. Background music, it might get you hyped if you're in the gym, if you're working. those BPMs they use to make those beats, that's how those beats are designed. They're designed to be, you know, hyped, crowd pumping type of music.
Yep.
Even though it's like on a downer kind of fucking sound.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
It's not like an upbeat It's not like an upbeat like get geeked, get geeked. You know, that's a more happy upbeat as to where that new trap shit, it's like it's upbeat, the BPMs are fast, but it's downer music.
Yeah.
It almost seems like the feeling wise, emotion wise, it's downer music, but the BPMs are upper where it gets your blood pumping, but it gets your mentality down. I don't know how to explain it, but that's one of the main reasons why I don't like it. Is it makes me, it almost depresses me. It makes me depressed to hear it.
It's vibey.
Yeah,
that's what it is these days. That's what they call that, vibey.
No.
And Ouija Mac is in. He's not in the same genre as ICP, if you ask me.
No.
Honestly,
I wouldn't say so. No.
So that's honestly the truth as to why it's not appealing to me, even though it's juggalo music, but it's a different genre, and I'm just not feeling that.
But
I don't like. But that said, I don't like any music in that genre. So
yeah, I
it's
don't
not,
either.
It's
not Ouija personally.
Exactly. It's not a slight on Ouija.
Yeah, I haven't liked any modern rap. Mostly, I don't like much modern rap at all.
You know, Ouija, or I think maybe it was even Devereaux. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't want to misquote the wrong person. One of those beat makers guys. I seen he posted on Twitter like the other day, like, look, if you hate, he said like, hating somebody's music doesn't make you a hater, or not being a fan of somebody's music doesn't make you a hater.
Yeah, of course.
Hating the person makes you a hater.
I've never fallen in that hater shit, and I've been called a hater a million times, and whatever. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't faze me. You can call me a hater all you want. It does not faze me.
Yeah.
Because half the time I'll fucking eat it up and I'll claim it. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm a fucking hater. What? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, why not?
But like, I'm really not. I don't hate Ouija. I was very entertained by his performance.
Yeah, same.
And from the very get-go, day one when they dropped Ouija and they fucking unveiled Ouija to the world, was in our city.
Yep.
I was at that show. And day one, when I saw Ouija on stage, I was like, this guy can perform and he knows how to fucking handle a crowd.
Yeah, he did a great job even that day. And that was brand new.
That was brand first time I saw him.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't my kind of music, but this guy can handle a crowd. He knows what he's doing. He's obviously good at this shit. And I'll give Ouija that. He does. He's one of the only artists that Psychopathic have ever had, besides like, the Family era shit, that can control the juggalos.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, and he tapped into something that maybe a lot of juggalos didn't know they wanted or needed, and it's speaking to them, and more power to them. You know.
So on that tip, I have no problem with Ouija in the juggalo world. When he's on stage, I'll watch.
Yep.
Because he does entertain me.
I'll support him in any way I can. Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, I probably won't buy like his merch and shit, but I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
So keep it up. It's just Yeah. You probably, let's just put it this way, we're probably not gonna be reviewing any Ouija on here, like at this point.
I mean, it would be a boring show.
Yeah,
there's just not. There's not much. It doesn't vibe with me. So how could I review something that's not really a big viber on the way I feel and shit? So
I feel it,
but I can talk about Ouija forever, but really,
I get it, man. Whatever. We can rant about Ouija all day.
I will say one thing. All the girls he brought on stage I like that.
Whoops. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Ouija's gothic slut game is on point. Bro.
Yeah,
God,
exactly.
I love it. If anything, at least he's bringing more gothic skanks to my eye.
He has a very cool look. I mean, I think it was Gage who said that he literally looks like the Hatchet Man.
Yeah, that is funny.
Like if you turn him to the side and give him a hatchet, he looks like the Hatchet
literally,
Man.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. If he just grew a little beard, little goatee. Yeah. All right, man. Let's wrap it up. I was going to. Do you want to real quick? I thought it might be fun. I had his number. Do you want to try to call our guy just to call him, see if he answers, and blindside him?
Let's do it.
Just for the fuck of it. Let's just do it.
I mean, if he's busy, he's busy. But yeah, we can try to call him.
Might be fun.
Yeah.
this goes. It's like his business phone number too.
Bazooka Joe, what up?
He said Juggalo Rewind needs to do a season of Ouija with special guests you two. Oof. I don't know about that. I love those guys though. Juggalo Rewind, they're doing Wizard of the Hood. It's pretty dope so far.
Nice.
They did their first episode. They did a really cool history of like the Wizard of the Hood that was on like Dog Beats and the Wizard of Del Rey that was on Intelligence of Violence. Like they talk about all that and how they're different. It's very dope. Those guys, if you want like real deep dives on shit like that, like man, check them out. They're fucking doing the work that I don't want to do for sure.
It's definitely cool how the Wizard of that whole concept was that early on. I mean, it was from the very beginning, and then 10 years later they made it into this like masterpiece of a fucking album.
Yeah, man. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's just get the fuck out of here. We'll get our guy on next time. What side of C-Bus, Rodney? We're on the southeast side.
Yeah.
Southeast Columbus.
Grew up on the east side, but east side, southeast side. I'm more on the east side. I mean, I guess we're close. We're southeast side, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, that's it. Got anything else to say, man?
That's it.
All right, well, let's shuffle the fuck up on out of here.
We'll slide this one back into the deck.
See y'all next
Shaggy
week.
Solo.